Howdy, howdy. What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Taking advantage of the playoff football if you're a football fan. Got a big win today coming up, hopefully. But yeah, hopping on here for 20, 30 minutes to answer some questions here on TikTok and YouTube. So let me know any questions you guys got. I've been selling on Amazon for about 6 years now. Done over $5 million in sales, all just buying name brand products people are already know and trust. And yeah, just excited to see a lot of you guys getting after it so far in 2025. There's been some awesome pictures I've seen on social media. Lots of you guys already getting pretty good sales results. Fighting the snowstorm to make some profit. Anything you can do to make life a little bit easier these days is a good decision. So yeah, been loving seeing all the success on socials. If you're crushing it and you're not kind of documenting the process, I would highly encourage you to. That's one of the big things that really took me from like a $20,000-$30,000 a month Amazon seller to hitting some awesome milestones. Is just kind of putting myself out there, getting a little bit uncomfortable, a little awkward, showing people what I was up to, and then it kind of naturally pulled other people who were serious about it towards me as well. So yeah. Just something not a lot of people are going to take advantage of, and the people who do are going to hog a weird amount of the opportunity just for doing that. Sweet, yeah, lots of questions. What up, Dimitri? How's it going? You're a Packers fan too. Sweet, we got a win coming today, Chris. What should you do if you're getting started? You have a few sales. You're doing RA. Yeah. So if you're gated and stuff, you can go ahead and get ungated, just buying from like Target, Vitacost, Walgreens, any big website. And then if you're doing retail arbitrage, it's going to be hard to get ungated buying in actual physical retail stores just because they don't put your information on the invoice. But when you start seeing a certain brand, or you can get the big categories from an online retailer like Target, take advantage of that. Sweet. I don't know about that, CJ. We'll see who's happy at the end of the day. Can you make a seller account with an EIN? Yeah, George. Yeah. So you can make a seller account. Yeah. How do you get started? Yeah. So as far as getting started, sell name brand stuff that people already know and trust, right? That's kind of the hack. A lot of people will kind of start selling stuff that no one has sold on Amazon before. You can sell name brand stuff that already sells. To do that, set up an Amazon seller account. You need $40 a month for the seller account. You need to have a physical address. You need a credit card, super basic stuff. And then you'll start sourcing products with SellerAmp and Keepa. Those are like the two sourcing tools. And then Boxem is what you use to like create shipments and all that kind of stuff. And here's an example of a product that I found at my local retail store the other day. You can see it was $10 at Ross, and it's selling for like $25 to $29 on Amazon right now. That's kind of like the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest way to get started. And then after you kind of get the ball rolling, then I've bought the majority of my stuff from big websites, big retailers, stuff like that. Yeah. So there's 200 of you guys on TikTok right now. So if you guys want a free guide on all this, in my bio, there's a ton of great free resources for you. I have a 4-hour long free course, a bunch of free PDFs, that kind of stuff. Learn for free, right? Don't go spend thousands of dollars like learning the business. You can learn for free and then kind of spend $100, $500, whatever you can afford, just buying sample products to see how fast they actually sell for you. And depending on what you end up seeing, you'll start seeing some sales. You can go restock the stuff that does really well for you. And then any mistakes you make, that's natural. Any new skill you try to learn, you're going to make some mistakes. You can kind of take note of that, and then the next time you start buying inventory, you're going to be a lot more accurate. Yeah. So lots of good questions rolling. Yeah, let me know what you guys are running into. Let's see. Do you factor in sales tax on SellerAmp? Yeah, Michelle. So you want to include all the actual fees that you're paying, right? So yeah, it's whatever it is in your state. You can include it in like the miscellaneous fee in your sales. I'm not in Green Bay. I live in Miami, but I'm in Wisconsin for parts of the year every year. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. See, absolutely, like a unicorn. What up, Malik? How you doing, man? Let's see. No, 2% would be pretty bad as for take home. I shoot for like 15 to 20% gross margin. Then after my employees, prep center, software, all that kind of stuff, I shoot for about 10% net profit. But I'm happy with that because I really don't do too much of the work. I don't source the products, I don't buy the products, I don't ship the products. I kind of built it into a legit business, right? So I'm happy with that. If you do a lot of the work yourself, you obviously make more profit. Does inventory come to your house? No. So I ship to prep centers. You can definitely ship products to your house, and that's how you want to do it in the early days. Just you can kind of get hands-on experience, ship it off to Amazon as fast as possible, all that kind of stuff. But in the long run, I ship to prep centers, and they ship to Amazon for me. It makes it a little bit easier. Absolutely, Queen Bee. Yeah, go Pack Go. Are you able to become tax exempt? Yeah, Angie. So you'll get a resale permit with your state, sales tax exempt permit. Every state calls it something else, but yeah, you can get sales tax exempt, and you can present sales tax exempt like this. For example, I got at Ross. You can just show them your sales tax exempt permit, and then you don't have to pay the sales tax on that. That's kind of, you're going to resell the product, so you don't have to pay the sales tax twice, basically. Let's see. When a buy box is suppressed, can you sell those products? Yeah. So if there's no add to cart button on the product, that means there's no buy box, and then you can still sell those, Mirza. You'll just look and see, like, are there new sellers falling off? So like on SellerAmp, on the new offer count, you'll see like the new seller count is decreasing, or maybe it's increasing, but it's like kind of going up and down and up and down. That shows me that people are listing it, but they're also selling out on the product, right? Yeah, Nicole, I sold a little over 2.5 million last year on Amazon. I still sell on Amazon myself. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Should do probably a little bit shy of 200 this month, just because I sold out on a lot of my best stuff during Christmas. Honestly, unless you're like brand new, January should be a bad month for you because you sold out on all your best stuff during December when it was the most profitable. So yeah, kind of restock and everything right now. Does Amazon handle sales tax? Yeah, Flamingo. Hey, they used to not. It used to be a huge pain in the butt. But yeah, now they do it for you. See, should you start FBM or FBA? So you'll FBM to start, because like, for example, you can go out to the store, buy this, list it on Amazon FBM, and then you could potentially make a sale by the end of the day if it's like a fast selling item, or even while you're still in the store. I've done that before too. Kind of prove the concept, see that it actually works, and then to make more sales, Amazon typically gives more sales to FBA sellers, just because Amazon has faster shipping and they have like actual, Amazon's customer service behind that. Yeah. How much is shipping? Yeah, shipping's about 60 cents a pound, Michelle. Yeah, 60 cents to 90 cents a pound if you're doing small parcel. It's a lot cheaper if you're shipping in pallets, but pallets check in really slow. So that's kind of like the trade-off. Yeah. And as far as like creating shipments, all that kind of stuff, that's where you use Boxem. Boxem is the software that you use for that. Absolutely, Trent. Absolutely. Do you get paid until your product sells on Amazon? So yeah, Yanni. So you'll send a bunch of stuff into Amazon or list products on Amazon via FBM, and then when the product actually sells, you get paid 2 weeks later. So Amazon holds the money for 2 weeks in case you like get any returns or anything like that. There's a problem with the sales, anything like that, and then you get paid after 2 weeks. Can you use a receipt to appeal an IP? Yeah, Jay, I've used a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Some sellers have, yeah, you can, some sellers have 1,000. Yeah, you can, a lot of like there's two ways to scale massively, right? You can buy a whole bunch of a couple items, or you can buy 20, 30, 50 of a whole bunch of different items, right? And both have pros and cons. Obviously it's less like headache to ship a whole bunch of the same things to Amazon, but it's also like riskier in case anything goes weird with the product. I tend to do a lot of what kind of products? Yeah, so I tend to buy like 20, 30, 50 vitamin bottles, pairs of shoes, hoodies, literally anything, right? Grocery products, chocolates. Valentine's Day is coming up, right? So I'll sell some Valentine's Day chocolates. Literally anything that sells, and I just try to hit as many base hits on those products as possible. Sweet. Where do you learn? So do you have a Discord? Yeah, so if you guys are trying to learn for free, you should learn for free. Don't go spend like $1 million on a course or anything like that. Up in my bio, if you guys are on TikTok, you can check it out. There's a free course. It also comes with a free Discord. There's about 50,000 people that have learned from that as well. They've kind of been able to start and scale their business with that. What other platforms can you use to sell? Walmart's been good lately, Mary. Yeah, Walmart's been pretty good. You also want like an eBay or Mercari, Poshmark, one of those to sell any returns that you get. Yeah. I am in Miami right now, lint lovers. Sweet. Yeah. And if you guys are trying to learn for free, make sure you take advantage of all the, I posted a 4-hour free course on YouTube, on Thursday as well. So Fields of Profit on YouTube is a 4-hour long free course. Everything you need to know. Yeah, you can definitely take advantage. Do this full time. Yep. Yeah. So I graduated college. I forget, 2021, December 2021, something like that. And then I went full time as an Amazon seller since then. So I've just been working for myself since I graduated. Yeah. So I was making, at my senior year of college, I made right around $100,000 in profit. And I was like, well, I could go get a job, or I can kind of double down on what's already working for me. And so I decided to double down, and it's paying off so far. Yeah. Yeah, Damien, if they're asking for 100, you can just submit 10. I've been submitting 10 and it's still working. Saw some conversations with people at Amazon that say that's fine as well. FID, yeah, you don't need to use that software, Fi, just because any software that like automatically scrapes big lists or tries to automatically source products, it's going to miss a lot of the best items, just because a lot of the good items will be like a multi-pack, or they'll have no UPC, or the product title will be a little bit weird. And that the only way you're going to find those is by like digging manually through wholesale price sheets or big websites using SellerAmp and Keepa. Yeah. Let's see. Old hustler from the eBay days. I like it. Yeah, I like it. So if you did eBay, then Amazon's a lot easier than eBay. Yeah. You don't have to like make your own listings, that kind of stuff. eBay's fun though. eBay sales hit different. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Random. Never. Not knock on wood. Never. Hopefully, never will have to walk into an office unless I own the office building or something like that. What up, Ben? I don't know about that. Hope you're enjoying the travels, man. I like seeing the updates on TikTok and stuff. It's cool to see. But I hope you have a bad football afternoon, Ben. I very much do. How much do you advertise? I don't buy any ads or anything like that, Chris. Since I've just like, for example, this was like a example product that I found at Ross. It sells for $10 there. It's already selling on Amazon, right? So I just listed on the listing that is already selling on Amazon, basically. Yeah. That sounds like a dub. Yeah, that sounds like a dub. Now everybody can eat. Chipotle lowering prices. Cool. Hello from Germany. What's up, Nathalie? Good to see you. Can you use a PO box or UPS mailbox for your shipping? Yeah, you can. Yeah, Bella. That's a good way to do it. Lots of craziness coming. Sweet. Yeah, I've been seeing you hopping all over Pakistan. Every time I see one, it makes me want to go abroad. But then yeah, you gotta focus on the mission. How long did it take you to get approved for Walmart? It wasn't super long for me. If you already have an Amazon account, it's faster, just because they know you already have an existing business. I think it was just like a couple weeks for me. Yeah. Heard Amazon's trying to get of RA and OA sellers. People have been saying that, like, literally I started selling on Amazon 6 years ago, and people were saying that retail arbitrage and online arbitrage were dying and all that kind of stuff. So take it as you will. I'm going to keep doubling down on Amazon. I have 6 figures spent on inventory right now, and I'm going to spend another 6 figures this month. Just confident that there's still plenty of opportunity to make. Can't seem to make progress on Amazon as an affiliate. So I don't do Amazon affiliate. JUZ. Amazon affiliate does seem decent. It's just hard. I've never seen anybody making a crazy profit every month with Amazon affiliate, where you're like making the review videos and stuff like that. I assume is what you're talking about. You can definitely make a nice side income, but once you got like decent money, you might as well buy the products and have everything moving around yourself. What shipping settings? So as far as shipping to Amazon, it's about 60 cents a pound. You can include that in SellerAmp. And then for FBM shipping, I have a full video on YouTube you might want to watch, Lee, man. Just look up FBM, Amazon FBM guide, and I break down like my shipping templates and like how you actually do Amazon FBM, that kind of thing. Yeah. Made a few sales, gated in pretty much everything, and not accepting applications. Yeah, so there's a couple thousand good brands that new sellers can still get ungated to sell right now. Start with, if you're trying to get started, start with auto ungated brands that don't require any extra work for you, like actually go in and get approved to sell those brands. So stuff like Stafford, 32 Degrees, J. Crew, Athletic Works, and then look at the sellers on those listings, and you'll see other auto ungated brands that you can sell. I also have a video on YouTube. Just look up auto ungated sourcing on YouTube. You'll see me look through only products that new sellers can get ungated in right away. Yeah. How did you do trial and error to find the right product? Yeah, so the nice part is like you can already see how fast everything sells on Amazon. You'll use SellerAmp as the software to see how fast everything sells. And then it's just a game of getting it as cheap as possible, right? So for me, I buy from like big websites. And so the way I get everything cheaper is coupons, sales, asking customer service for any kind of discount or anything like that, cashback, discounted gift cards, loyalty rewards programs, a catch-all email address so I can make a bunch of coupon codes. You'll see that box where it says like sign up for 10% off or something like that. You can use a catch-all email is what it's called. to make that coupon code over and over again. So there's lots of different ways to like create profit on the item. Finding things that sell is the easy part. Making them profitable is the hard part. Let's see. You start with $500. Yeah, you can start with $500. Yeah, you'd want to just like start selling used books or anything that's super cheap. I had like $1,500 when I started, so I was just buying. I cleared off my old bookshelf. Anything that was collecting dust, I sent that into Amazon. Went out to thrift stores. Any of those books that were like $1-2, they sold on Amazon for $10, $20, $30 or more. I sold those on Amazon, and then built up enough money to start buying and selling a bunch of name brand stuff. If you have like $2,000 to $3,000 or more, then you got plenty of money to start selling name brand stuff though. Why is it harder to sell wholesale than OA? I mean, that's just kind of like a personal preference thing. Wholesale, you got to like call distributors, make phone calls, build relationships, that kind of thing. OA, you're just basically looking for discounts and hunting through big websites. So different personality types are going to be better at different things, right? So like for me, I'm a lot better at online arbitrage just because I'm pretty decent with numbers and kind of like finding the loophole and that kind of thing. With wholesale, if you're pretty personable, maybe you're a salesman or something like that, you don't mind picking up the phone a bunch of times, getting told no until you like land a good wholesale account, then that's probably more your vibe, right? It's just kind of like whatever's your personality type. What is OA? Online arbitrage. So buying like name brand stuff like this from big websites and then flipping that on Amazon. Typically you're paying half or less of what it's going to sell for on Amazon. So if I buy an item for, $20 at Walgreens, I'm going to want it to sell for like $40 on Amazon to make kind of the profit and everything like that I'm looking for personally. Yeah. What's the sales rank you follow? So top 2% is good. Like when you look at SellerAmp, it'll tell you what percent like that best sellers rank is in. So typically it's going to be like the top 150,000 sales rank. Yeah, something like that, KP. That's funny. That's a new lookalike. I have not gotten that one yet. But yeah, like top 150K or top 2% in sales rank. That's funny, KP. You a Packers fan? You're not getting the buy box, or some sellers have a bunch of units. So check the buy box rotation on SellerAmp. It'll show you which sellers are winning sales recently, and some listings are getting a whole bunch of sales from like one specific seller. If they like own the listing, they've been on it for like forever. If it's Amazon themselves, just check the buy box rotation. Yeah, check the buy box rotation. Sweet. How do you get ungated? Yeah, so if you're trying to get ungated, you just buy like 10 units from a big website like Target, Walgreens, Vitacost, that kind of thing. And then submit that invoice to Amazon, and then they will review that and approve you. If you get any like denials or anything like that, just keep resubmitting. You have so many questions, drop them in chat. Happy to help, Kim. Yeah. Let's see. You have your account open, just bought product. How do you send it? Nice. Yeah, glad you got the account open. So now you'll make an Amazon FBA shipment so that you can get the product to Amazon. And then when it gets there, they'll start selling it to the customers for you, basically. Yeah. Yeah. So you'll want to, sweet. Yeah. So when it gets to Amazon, they will like start shipping out. It costs about 60 cents a pound. And you will use Boxem. BOXEM is the software that helps you make shipments. You can use you can generate like these barcode labels, right? So this is a 2D barcode. And it helps your Amazon inventory check in a little bit faster, and you can create that through Boxem as well. And then it's how you like track your profit and stuff. So BOXEM, that's one of the softwares that you'll want for starting to sell. How do you win more buy box? So the winning the buy box for any of you guys who are like brand new is just winning that add to cart button. And the closer your price is to the current buy box price. So let's say right now it's selling for $10. You can probably list it at like $10.05 and still make sales. And the closest to the fastest shipping speed you are. So typically that's going to be like Amazon FBA sellers, or if you're an FBM, you're going to have like a pretty good sales template. Some smaller things that can help you win more sales are staying in stock on the listing for a really long time, having more overall quantity because you're going to be in more places in the country if you're doing Amazon FBA. Like your stuff's going to be in more warehouses. So when somebody in California opens up their phone, they're going to see 2-day shipping. If somebody in New York opens up the phone, they're going to see 2-day shipping too. So if you have less stock, you might make slightly less sales. But yeah, there's a few. It's mostly just price and shipping speed though. Yeah. How do you know if it's a good product? So if you're looking, you said like 5 things. If you want like a full checklist, just look up like Amazon product sourcing checklist on YouTube, MOLA. You'll see me dive in. I've got a free checklist you can download. Yeah, for those of you guys on TikTok, there is a 3-hour free course plus like 5 free documents, so like an auto ungating ASIN list, sourcing checklist, kind of like A to Z guide, all like that. Up in my bio, check out the Amazon Launchpad. That's the free course you guys can kind of get access to. It's on YouTube as well if you want to check that out. Do you try to sell on listings where Amazon is on it? Personally, typically not, unless you look at the buy box rotation, because a lot of new Amazon sellers will look at a listing that Amazon's on and kind of get scared, and they're not sure if they can actually sell that product. If you see that they're sharing sales on the FBA buy box rotation, then yeah, you can sell that. So typically, if Amazon's winning like less than 50% of the sales, then you'll be good. Does Amazon package the products and ship it to the customer? Yeah, Kim. So like this, for example, you buy a bunch of stuff at your local retail store, buy it online, ship it to Amazon, and then when it gets to Amazon, when customers buy it, they're going to take this item and put it down in that nice Amazon box that you receive when you buy stuff on Amazon. And yeah, they're doing all that work, and that's part of your Amazon fees basically. So you pay Amazon about 30% of the total sale for them to find the customer, ship it to the customer for you, and do customer service. Is kind of how it works. Something to avoid to not lose money. Yeah, good question. So the big things that stick out are make sure you're buying stuff that's consistently profitable. A lot of newer Amazon sellers, today the price is $100 and they can buy it for $50. But typically you look at the entire history of the item on SellerAmp, and usually it's like a $70 item or an $80 item. So source products that are consistently profitable, not just profitable today. That's kind of the big thing. Don't buy stuff that's like massively increasing a new seller count. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Gift card website. Yeah. So Card Bear is good for getting discounted gift cards to make inventory cheaper. How to make FBA shipping faster. So for the most part, it's going to be about the same speed. You can use 2D barcodes like through Boxem. Just have this little extra label on there. You'll make sales a couple days faster, but beyond that, there's no real way to like kind of make FBA sales fast. You just got to wait for them to check it in. Yeah, using those Boxem 2D barcodes makes it a little bit faster though. How do you recommend marketing a new product? So you don't actually have to make a new product to make sales on Amazon. I just sell name brand stuff that already sells, right? So I don't have to do any marketing or videos or buying ads or anything like that. Not that that's a bad idea. Creating a private label is a good idea for sure. But I like kind of build that consistent cash flow first with selling name brand stuff. Then you can consistently dump that money into a private label or anything like that. And if it goes wrong, that's fine. You can keep building that money up, and you'll have plenty of cash flow to make mistakes. Basically, if you're spending everything on one product and it doesn't go well, then it's you're probably out the money and not going to have too much success. Can you avoid paying taxes with resale certificate online? Yeah, so you can get a resale permit through your state. Some websites will accept it. Just look up if that website accepts resale permits. So I know like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, I think Costco. There's a few websites that accept it. A lot of them you have to be like a nonprofit for them to accept it online, but basically every store will accept it in person. Is what I've seen. So if you do retail arbitrage, it's a lot better. If you have a small account, is FBM better to start? Yeah, just because you can test products way faster, right? So you are listing it on Amazon. The second it's listed on Amazon, you can start seeing how fast it might potentially sell. If you're a new seller doing FBA, you got to wait 1 to 2 weeks to start seeing if that product might actually sell. Yeah, and when you're listing those products, whether it's FBM or FBA, you can toss that onto Boxem, BOXEM, and that'll like track your profit, kind of help you restock, figure out what's working, what's not, basically. If you've ever added a new variation, I've done it once. It took a lot of work. Basically, if you're trying to add new listings or variations and you don't own the brand registry, it's pretty difficult. It's probably not super worth it. There's too many good products that already you just listed on the listing that's already doing well for it to be worth it to go through all that. You definitely can though. It's a good exercise. I've got a guide on my Twitter. If you look up like Fields of Profit, create a variation. You probably see there's a thread that I made. Sweet. Yeah, and if all you guys on TikTok, if you're trying to learn for free, I made a 4-hour free course for you guys as well. So it's on YouTube, Fields of Profit on YouTube. So you can check that out, save it for later, that kind of thing. Maybe you don't want to sit down and watch a 4-hour long YouTube video, but Just go check it out, bookmark it for later. Watch it a little bit, drop a comment if you have any questions, that kind of thing. Did you ever get an IP claim? Yeah, for sure. So IP claims are kind of normal. It's when a brand thinks you you didn't buy it from a legit retailer or all kinds of things, right? You basically just have to prove that you bought it from a big name brand website, and you'll be able to get it removed. So if you do get an IP complaint or an inauthentic, just grab like the invoice that you purchased, any tracking information, picture of the item if you happen to have that, anything like that. You just got to prove to Amazon that you bought legitimate stuff. Facts. Golf, yeah, facts. I've been out of my golf game this year. I got hooked last year. I didn't play as a kid, but I got hooked last year. I admittedly have not had enough time to play this year. How much profit should you be shooting for on online arbitrage? So if you can make like 30 to 40% return on investment on the items that you're sourcing, you'll be good. You'll be making some money. Where to find products? So big name brand retailers. So Walgreens, Vitacost, Walmart, Target, iHerb, stuff like that. Or even easier, but a little bit less scalable, go out to like your Ross. So this I bought for $10, sells for 25 to 30 on Amazon. The prices kind of fluctuate a little bit. And that way you can get like hands-on experience, and it's a little bit easier to learn how to source that way. If you're looking online, you basically just look at, what items are cheap today, what websites are running sales that I can kind of cross compare with and see what might be cheaper. And then I'm going to look at the storefronts of people who sell those products on Amazon and see like, oh, this brand is cheap today. This seller already figured out how to source a bunch of, Gap branded items, right? Oh, there's a Gap sale today. Let me compare those two things and see which one's profitable. It's called reverse sourcing. If you just look up on YouTube, like reverse sourcing or SellerAmp sourcing, you'll see I've got a full free guide for you guys. You can check that out. Let's see. First FBA shipment arrived, was available, suddenly transferred almost 2 months. So if they might have lost your shipment, Rhoda, check and see, and you can submit invoices to get reimbursed or everything like that. Let's see. Yeah, so Boxum's just in the US for now. Yeah, it's just for the US. What's up? How's it going? Do low storage fees apply to smaller FBA sellers? So those actually didn't matter nearly as much as I thought they would. I definitely thought it was going to be a big headache, but the only way you get charged those like low inventory fees, I think is what you're talking about, is if you consistently sell more than 20 of that item every single week, which the way like selling name brand stuff goes, typically only going to find like the best products that sell that fast. In which case you're making enough money to pay for it, or you just sell, 5 this week, 10 this week, another 5 the next week, that kind of thing. And it's built on buying a whole bunch of products like that. So like we did over $2 million last year, and I paid like, I think it was like $1,000 or $2,000 in those low inventory fees. When I first saw it, I definitely thought it was going to be a big headache, but they ended up changing it, and it didn't really matter as much. It does matter if you're like private label or wholesale and you buy a whole bunch of one specific item and you start to sell out. That's where you got to kind of keep an eye on it, basically. Let's see. Talking to somebody scaled online arbitrage to $3 million a month. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you can scale basically anything to numbers that people think is impossible. It's just kind of it's just kind of up to your personality, whatever you like doing. Yeah. How many sellers on a listing for it to be competitive? So it's not necessarily about like the number of sellers. To be honest, I rarely look at like number of sellers on a listing beyond just looking at the trend of sellers. So if the seller count's been going massively down lately, awesome. I like it. There's going to be less competition. Prices are probably going to go higher, right? If the seller count is going up, there's, normally there's 5 sellers and now there's 50 sellers on the listing, and it kind of spiked up recently. Probably not going to have too much success. Or I'm going to buy it with a really good profit, knowing that simple economics is going to kick in and supply got way higher. Demand didn't change, so price has to go down, right? Yeah, stuff like that. What does private label mean? So that's where you probably seen people talking about before. You like buy a product from Alibaba, ship it to America, give your own marketing, branding, all that kind of stuff. It's a good way to build a business. It's just not the easiest way to start making money. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the free supplier list. Yeah, so that's those the free supplier list I have for you guys. There's 100 websites on there. I've sold $4 million on Amazon with those 100 suppliers. So I'm not sure Not sure how that would be a problem. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Just kind of a shows you guys where you can actually look. Yeah. What program would you use for sourcing? Yeah. So SellerAmp for sourcing. There's like it's an app you can scan barcodes in store, or a Chrome extension. That's how I like source products online. And then Keepa, KEEPA. And that shows you like some advanced data, helps you dig into like variations and kind of some more advanced like stuff that helps you make good decisions, basically. But that's it. Basically, it's $40 a month for all the product sourcing you'll need. Why is it so hard for beginners to find products? Anytime you start a new skill, you suck at it, right? Like first time you started walking, first time you swung a golf club, right? You probably did not probably fell over or hit the golf ball into somebody else, and it didn't go very well, right? But with practice, you start making a lot more money. And yeah, that's kind of what you want too. If it was free money, everybody can just walk in and start making a bunch of money. It wouldn't stay that way for very long, right? You want it to be something that takes, a few weeks, a month of consistent learning, effort, sourcing products. And then if you put in the effort, you start making money, because then you're only competing against people who are actually willing to do the work. Otherwise, yeah, you don't really want to be in that business that's like that. Supplier list on YouTube. Yeah, so the supplier list, you can it's in the free course up in my bio if you're on TikTok. Yeah, it's the Amazon Launchpad. How long did it take you to make money? I was profitable in 1 or 2 months. There's not really any major overhead, right? Like it's not a traditional business where you're taking out a big loan and buying a building and that kind of stuff, right? You're just I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to spend $10 on this product, and if it sells, then I'm making money, right? Like there's no massive overhead, so you can start turning a profit pretty quickly. Just tuned in. What's up, Mia? Yeah, I started with $1,500. Go Pack Go. Absolutely, Maria. Absolutely. Sweet. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap up stream here. Let's see. Yeah, probably just going to wrap up stream here. Lots of good questions, guys. Get after it today. If you guys are in the roadmap, we're doing call at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see you guys then. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Hopefully your football team wins if you're a fan, unless you're an Eagles fan, in which case, no. But yeah, I'll probably be live again very soon. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday, and let's make some money today. See you guys.